we're really passionate about the cow. The cow has been the center of my life since I was born. So in our operation today, we have myself and my wife that are the third generation farmers. My parents purchased the farm in 1989 and they started with 45 cows. Today we're milking 750 cows. We've got 100 head of dry cows and 880 head of young stock. Our cows average between 94 and 96 pounds a day. Our butter fat runs between a 4.1 and a 4.3. Our protein will run between a 3.1 and a 3.2. And our cell count averages 150,000 throughout the year. So UdderComfort's huge. If you don't have UdderComfort, nothing else really seems to matter, in my opinion. Not trying to stress cows when they calve or try to minimize that, which kind of plays into the UdderComfort, you know. If you are able to help minimize all the other stresses on a cow's feet, her legs, making sure she has food, water, and a good place to rest, she's clean and she's dry, well, that really leaves the udders the next thing that you need to take care of. So by using UdderComfort, that's been a tool that we can help relieve that stress pressure and just really help them transition a lot more smoothly, more efficiently. We kind of used it periodically. And then last year at Expo, they talked me into trying out the backpack sprayer. And I told them that I didn't really think that it would fit our operation, but they insisted, and they were right. Ever since then, we've used it routinely 3 times a day on all of our fresh cows. We use it up until the first week of being fresh. We use it on all of our cows that have mastitis or high cell count cows or anything that just doesn't quite seem like it's perfectly normal. We can spray that on there a couple times and it seems to fix about any problem. So as an optimist, well, hey, you set goals, you reach goals, you have family behind you that helps you build and reach those goals, and that's something you can wake up every morning and go to bed every night excited, working towards those goals and producing food. So for me, on the fresh cows, it's really about getting that udder texture and that quality back, really helping to pull the edema out of those and just helping the cows just feel better, There's not as much edema in there, they're up moving around more. They eat, they drink, they feel better, they give more milk, and it's a higher quality product. My job as the herdsman, I get to kind of oversee all of the aspects of the operation. I've been very fortunate to be put in this position where I can make a lot of the decisions as a young person and really kind of help build and mold me to shape our farm for the future.
I want to introduce to you our latest tool in applying UdderComfort. This is our new battery-operated backpack sprayer. It gives you the ability to strap it on your back and to spray fresh heifers, fresh cows out in the free stall. But the nice thing about it is it also gives you the option to also use it in the parlor. And it's just a one-pass application. And it just takes seconds to do, and it just saves a lot of time.
The majority of the dairies nowadays, you line up big groups, you have a fresh pen, you have your pre-fresh heifers, it's easy to go through a group right after you fed and pop them with the spray.
With the backpack sprayer, you can go out in the middle of the barn and spray and wear dry cow pin if you want, Springer pin, anywhere. I think the secret is getting the UdderComfort on the first 3 to 5 days fresh and taking the udder cake out of the udders. And if they're more comfortable, they're going to use the robot more frequently. Like I bought in a couple heifers here 3 weeks ago, and they were 3 weeks fresh. And those heifers, when we brought them here, they didn't train quite as well. Should have probably introduced them to the UdderComfort when we used a little bit out in the pre-fresh group, when they're the feed bunk, and spray down the udders that way. I love the battery. It stays charged for a long period of time. That's a big plus.
The even, consistent, and just the application when it comes down to you can just do it so much easier.
You don't have the new cases of mastitis. The new cases of mastitis is much less. You don't have those chronic cases.
You guys look overall over the last 5 years. Can you
Shrinking? It's going down.
Like that trend. Wow.
kind of see it?
Heading
It's-
down, Chad, if you can see it.
And that's over 5 years. So that's a pretty good test, I would say. You start looking when you've got the data to back things up, and it's just the little things that continue to add up to make the big picture a lot better. Yeah, do I still have some? Usually not much for mastitis, but do I still run into a high conductivity cow? Absolutely. But there you go. Now you got it.
Yep,
But
I did.
Nothing like before.
Where I really like it a lot is just we don't use any intramammary mastitis treatment. The instance of mastitis is much less than it ever was if we didn't use UdderComfort. I mean, our mastitis is probably, I bet we dropped our mastitis 75%.
It's a very minimal, I don't want to say it's an insurance, it's a very minimal thing that I can do to the cow to ensure that she has the best chance of being able to be comfortable doing things on her own.
Hi, my name is Chuck Ward, and my wife Vanessa and I own Mormont Dairy in Catskill, New York. We're going to talk today about the use of UdderComfort on a fresh cow, fresh heifer protocol, and how to make the heifers come in and try and reach their potential and do it as smoothly as possible. So we're going to talk a little bit to begin with about how we prep our cows as they come in for the first time to milk. So we're going to use this heifer here. And she has been fresh a couple days, but when we bring a heifer in for the first time that's never been in the parallel, they're nervous. We like to try to do everything we can to have the heifer settle down and relax. So as we come in with the animal, we take our regular chlorine dioxide pre-dip, and we spray the udders. We let it set on the udder for a bit. And then we prep the udder. I started the fresh cow procedure by spraying with our pre-dip. We wipe clean the teeth, and we strictly dip to be sure that the milk is good, and that she's 4/4. After we've established that her udder is in good shape, and she's ready to go. So then we take and put a unit on. starts milking, we always like to spray a little bit of UdderComfort above the rear teacup onto the udder itself. That helps cool the udder, makes the heifer relax, and we get a lot better letdown on that first milking if we're to do that. She can feel the tingle of the UdderComfort on her udder as she's trying to relax enough to let the oxytocin flow and let her milk down. So we just finished milking this young heifer for the first time. Now we like to put UdderComfort both on the teats, the bottom of the udder, and up alongside of her leg at her udder. And then we put it on the teats to help reduce the swelling in the teats, to soften them faster, and to soften the sphincter muscle, which is the muscle that closes the teat up. We also like to spray it on the center ligament to soften that up and make sure that she's going to help retain her udder floor and her beautiful udder shape. Alongside the udders, we don't necessarily do it to pull the edema out, but to keep the heifer from having those sores that tend to come up in along here on heifers that have a lot of udders. So I'm going to spray the bottom of the udder like that. Then we're going to spray up the seam from the fore all the way up through. And then we're going to go up and alongside of the udder and just rub your hand up in there. You can put some right up in on both sides. That helps. If you do that 2 or 3 times, it helps those from getting those sores that heifers tend to get on their first lactation. And that's what we do at Warmont Dairy. I hope this helped a little bit, and look forward to seeing you at the shows.
Luke Kastenson. I'm from southeastern Wisconsin. We milk about 450 cows out in East Troy. And we milk another 170 at my home farm, south Milwaukee.
Okay.
We've been using UdderComfort for the last 13 years.
Now, I hear it started with a sample that you got at a show when you were 12 years old. Is that right?
Correct. We're at the Oshkosh Farm Show, and we got a free sample of the product. Just tried to use it on fresh cows and in some minor cases of mastitis. We noticed it really worked. We do notice those hard to let down heifers that have a hard time letting that colostrum down and have quite a bit of edema. It does help with.
Okay. And have you ever tried other products?
Yes, we tried various other products that are the blue mint, whatever generic brand or different brands, and we've always went back to UdderComfort because it is a product that seems to work better, stay on the cow better, doesn't kind of slide off, it rubs in better, all around better product.
And you always use the blue spray, or do you use the lotion at all?
Always use the blue spray. It's a good indicator for me in the barn as a herdsman. I don't necessarily milk every day, so if the guy's milking, they spray the cow's quarter. It's a good visual indicator of, hey, that cow might have a problem, go check her out.
So what do you think the biggest benefit then is of using UdderComfort?
Probably just cow comfort and just not treating the cow. I mean, just to prevent pulling cows out of line and that not using antibiotics. I mean, that's what everybody's going through in the industry.
Yeah, it's a big deal. What do you enjoy about dairy farming? What gets you enthusiastic and passionate
Just
about
seeing
it?
the cows. I mean, I grew up in it. I'm 7th generation dairy farmer.
I was going to ask you that. Okay.
So we've been dairy farming for about 180 years in my family.
Oh, wow.
So what you grew up in, what you love.
Jenny Millett, our farm is Misty Meadow Farm. We just put in milking robots 10 months ago. And there's an emergency shut-off button for if in an emergency, you have to turn off the robot, and it's perfect to hang one of these little bottles on.
Okay.
They hang right on the emergency stop button, so they're right there. You can grab it, squirt a cow, and then hang it back on the emergency stop button. We use it on fresh cows, and so it's always there. You see a fresh cow come in, you just grab it and squirt her. Fresh cows we push 4 times a day. Typically are there with the fresh cows when they come through because you're pushing them 4 times a day, and that's anywhere just a couple of days for the older cows that know what they're doing at this point, or up to 10 days for a fresh heifer before they get the hang of the robots and start coming on their own. Especially for first calf heifers, it actually helps them let their milk down. The peppermint in it really seems to help them let their milk down because it's a totally new experience for them. And even with the older cows, just to help with the edema and milk let down.
So my name is Jamie Osborne, and I'm from Lewisburg, Tennessee, and we raise Ayrshire's, Brown Swiss, Jerseys, and just a few more, but we show mainly all those at our local, state, and national shows.
Are you showing here at all?
We are. We actually exhibited 2 cows in the Ayrshire show that were top 10, and then our Brown Swiss cow will show tomorrow.
Okay.
So we have been, my parents have been using it ever since I was little, so it's been our #1 product to use for show day.
Okay. And how do you typically use it? Like, tell us what you...
So usually for us, we'll apply it either after they've freshened or come show day to keep swelling down and really try and control that swelling as they go throughout the show day.
And so when you're bagging for a show, like yesterday, did you use it on...
Yes, we did. We used, I think actually a bottle and a half to 2 bottles yesterday, just trying to keep cows bagged and keep them fresh.
Now, are you involved in the farm too?
So since we've been here at Dairy Expo, I've kind of hung out and tried to learn a little bit about the dairy cattle industry with Jamie and their operation. Back at the University of Tennessee, I have been able to help a little bit with their dairy on the farm. But I'm not as familiar with UdderComfort, but I definitely could see it being a product that we use in the future.
Okay, and what was your name again?
Aiden Flynn.
Aiden Flynn. Okay, and what do you enjoy about dairy? Why? What keeps you interested in what you're doing?
For me, there's nothing else like it. Like, if you go to different species, there's nothing else that compares. I mean, just seeing a cow develop throughout their years of their lifetime. I mean, you can have a cow that shows from the time that she's a spring calf to one that's 10, 12 years old. And to me, that's the coolest part about dairy.
And what do you like best about UdderComfort?
UdderComfort, it always keeps the quality of our udders the same on show day as they were in the morning.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Freedom had 26 days to get ready before the World Dairy Expo, and without UdderComfort, we would have not made it. We started Chicago on September the 5th and 6th, and we got her in the ring, and the udder was best udder.
It's Jared Daubert from Millmont, PA, Jala Dairy. We're about 25,500 rolling herd average.
Okay.
Running about 70,000 somatic cell.
That's fantastic. Now, what do you attribute your somatic cell to? What are some of the things that you do for high quality milk?
We do spray UdderComfort on all our fresh cows to try and get edema out as fast as we can when they calve in. Any cow that has mastitis we use on as well. Just try and stay on top of those things. Strict protocols on milking and making sure things are clean and cows are wiped and taken care of.
World Dairy Expo at the famous cow. As you can see, people are getting their photographs, but we're here talking to Joe Engel of Lucky Holsteins. Joe, tell us a little bit about your dairy and where it's located and about your Holstein herd.
We're located in Hampshire, Illinois. I farm with my wife and our 8 kids, my brother Matt, and my parents. At Lucky, we milk about 160 cows and about 400 animals altogether.
Okay. And who do you have with you here today?
My son Blake and my daughter Haley.
And have either of you been helping as far as here at the show with anything, or you're just looking around and visiting booths, or what all are you doing here this week?
Watching the show.
Watching the show. What's your favorite breed to watch? Of course. So Joe, tell us a little bit about the herd.
We've always bred for high-type, long-lasting cows with an emphasis on extreme udders and cows with a lot of width from their muzzles all the way back through their rump. To date, we've bred over 700 excellent cows in the U.S. and a bunch more excellent cows throughout the U.S. And we typically have over 40 or 50 new excellent cows a year come out of our small herd.
Day in and day out.
And
visit booth 3008
we've incorporated, started incorporating red into our herd. And then started to put pole genetics into our herd, and actually about 90% of our calves that will be born next spring are sired by pole bulls. And that's combined with very high genomic type and children.
Fantastic. And so, as the next generation is coming on, how much are these kids helping around the farm? Are they learning from you? Are they showing cattle? What gets them excited about the dairy?
They love showing cows and just everything around the farm. My oldest daughter Hope and my son Blake have been doing a lot of milking at the farm the next couple of years. They're really naturals around cows. And this summer, Haley started training to be the next milker coming on board and is doing a good job.
How's she doing, Blake? Good?
He always asks to bring her when he comes to the barn. So.
That's great. Well, speaking of milking, I see that you've got the UdderComfort here, and I know you've been using it for some time. Tell us how long you've been using it and what you like about it.
I think we've used UdderComfort probably since UdderComfort came out. As soon as we used it, that was our go-to product, and we use it on every fresh heifer that calves for a couple weeks after calving. We cover the whole udder, including up from the side of the udder. And I think it does a great job of getting cows in show condition, preventing mastitis, preventing udder sores. It just does a great job of all those things. And our favorite thing about the product is we can use it every day.
Placings match up to the official judge in 2025.
For our sales, our first kind of rule or guiding thing for sales is that we always sell our best. It's everything right off the top. We dig pretty deep to sell our best. And getting ready for it, one of the big things is having animals timed right. We usually have an April sale. So, for a 160 cow herd to calve 80 animals in March sounds like a lot, but it's the perfect timing when you're going to have a spring sale. But the thing we're relying on is we have to have all those cows in perfect condition, ready to sell and show, just a few weeks. And UdderComfort is a big part of that. The thing that really drives me is just trying to breed that next cow better than my last one. That's definitely my favorite thing. My second favorite thing is selling good cows and seeing them go on and do good for other people. This year has been a great example of that. We sold 180 cows in our sale last year. We sold 180 this year, and it's been great. Just today we saw a handful of young cows in the top 6 in the red show up here at Expo, and it's exciting to see cows that we sold go on and do good for other people.
Fantastic.
John Burkett from Pennsylvania, Burkett Falls Farm in East Freedom, Blair County. We milk about 110 registered Holsteins. Our herd now is about 92 or 3% polled. We've been at it for 60 years, so we put quite a bit of emphasis on the polled and the red, and our herd's probably half red or red carrier. Well, we've bred over 200 excellent cows since the start of the farm in the 1960s. Unofficially, our BAA is about 110. And everyone in the milking that does the milking knows automatically if a cow comes through that's got some edema or swelling in the udder, it's just an automatic. You don't need told or asked. You apply UdderComfort, and most of the time, the vast majority of the time, you see positive results afterwards.
So that would include fresh cows and just any animal that has just a little swelling. And
a lot of heifers. I mean, particularly on the first calf heifers that's got a lot of edema. I mean, it's a must that UdderComfort is applied. UdderComfort has been so successful in our use, and we really didn't have a need to go anywhere else. I mean, it's just a natural fit for our herd. Everyone that milks cows there realizes that and uses it, and the results are positive.
What do you enjoy about the Holstein breed and being a dairy farmer?
Well, the Holstein cow is just such a terrific animal. I mean, she provides so much for those that care for her and own her, and feeds the world at the same time, and she's just such an amazing animal. And the people that I've known throughout the country and around the world that's associated with Holstein cows are the best. I mean, I've got friends. I'm here at Expo now, and I got friends that I'm meeting from all over the world just because of the Holstein cows. So it's the best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
Great blessing.
And I loved your comments at the Lancaster County picnic. And so basically, you know, it's all about the cow, right?
It's all about the cow. It's all about the cow and the people that own her and take care of her. And it's a blessing to be able to work with the Holstein cow.
And the cow kind of keeps everybody together. You know, you have a common
It's
goal.
a terrific network we have, and I don't know any other occupation or vocation that has a network of people like the Holstein people throughout the country and around the world, and it puts us in a unique position, I think, compared to any other vocation or occupation.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.